What's up guys, we are back with a classic awesome arm workout for you here at VintageGenetics, representing classic bodybuilding. Today the arm workout will revolve around supersets as per usual. We like doing this because it gives an amazing pump in the first place, and secondly because it has obviously proven to work in the past. There were many big arms in the 70s and 80s, biceps especially, that you don't see anymore today. So, the first superset is the barbell curl with the laying French press. This barbell is a bit different though, you know, the barbell for the curl, as you will see in a second right here, but it's very easy on the wrist and we wanted to try it out. It felt pretty good actually, and the laying French press is a great exercise to get the entire triceps warmed up, but predominantly it works the long head. Now it is time for an all-time classic superset. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do these himself. The alternating dumbbell curl with the rope pushdown. During the dumbbell curls I don't go for weight at all. I pick a weight at which I know I got the best possible contraction, and I turn my wrists outwards as I contract to get an even deeper squeeze. Those are the details that will make the difference in the end, guys. And I like doing rope pushdowns pretty early on because I need to develop the small head of my tricep more. So if you got a body part that you need more developed, then start with it early on in the workout so you can give it your all during that exercise. For example, when you train shoulders, your front delts are great, but your rear and side are lacking. Then start off with a rear or side delt exercise and then finish with a front delt one. It is pretty logical, but most people are stuck with this mindset that it has to happen a certain way. But it's your own body. Nobody can tell you how to train. Just find your weaknesses and prioritize them in your workouts. As we finish off the rope pushdown, it is time for another great exercise that was widely practiced in the old days. This one is great for increasing the tension on your biceps while curling. All the way up to all the way down. Most people don't sit at a low enough angle. I like to go at least 45 degrees down with the bench, so I know the tension is increased a lot. You also can't do much weight during this exercise, just focus on the squeeze and you will be rewarded with a pump. Now the exercise we superset this with is an underhand tricep pushdown. I haven't done these in a while, but it's a great exercise that feels different from the regular pushdown. Just give it a try. You know, I think it is important to switch it up sometimes to hit those different muscle fibers a lot better. The more angles you use during your workouts, the more muscle fibers you'll be able to include to make them grow. Now, of course, you always use pretty much every muscle fiber in the given muscle you're training, but keep in mind that at the same time, you can make a part of your muscle contract harder relative to the other part, causing a different contraction and different reaction in the muscle. And that's how I like to see it, at least. So switch it up, experiment, and you will get a much more complete physique. You just saw my brother Kane doing some incline curls on the preacher curl, which is also a great alternative. And you can, as I just said, switch between, for example, these two basic and classic exercises to ensure you get full development in the biceps. Man, classic after classic. This exercise is one you should always include, in my opinion. The concentration curl, it's a great finisher for the biceps. A great movement to emphasize the peak. But you have to do it correctly. You have to imagine bringing a dumbbell up to your other shoulder. Get it up as high as your arm allows you to without including your shoulder. Do as many reps as you can, squeezing as hard as you can, also turning your wrists outwards, ensuring the best possible contraction to put that peak on the bicep. And when you hit your last reps and you can't go anymore, use a little momentum and swing a little to force a couple more reps out. And this is the overhead dumbbell extension. I like to combine single arm bicep movements with single arm tricep ones. It just ties in better, in my opinion, gives you the same focus on the muscles. This exercise targets the long head. Pretty much every overhead tricep exercise targets the long head, but I contract at the top this time to include the rest of the triceps as well. It makes this exercise a little more difficult, but it's another way to do it. I usually keep the tension on the long head by not going up as high as you have maybe seen in other videos, but that way and this way, both ways are great. Last superset of the day. I recently started doing this exercise again. It's a great exercise, especially for the competitive bodybuilders out there, but it certainly is great for anyone really. But during this exercise you can actually practice your back double bicep pose. So I like to involve my back into this movement as well, just as posing practice while I'm performing the exercise. Squeeze as hard as you can when during the contraction and make sure to stretch all the way. Another great exercise for the peak. We combined this with the overhead rope extension. As you may have noticed, I included a lot of exercises that target the long head of the tricep, but I alter them a little bit so my small head gets targeted as well. By the way, the medial head pretty much is always included, but during these tricep exercises I make sure I contract my entire triceps at the top, which involves the small head a lot more compared to me just going up and down, keeping the tension on the long head. Anyway guys, thanks for all the support by watching, liking, commenting and subscribing. Keep doing that, please. Keep requesting videos. It really motivates me to keep going, to keep posting. I like to hear some of your ideas. Most likely soon another video coming to check my progression for the national, so maybe I'll do some poses and maybe I'll do a posing video, you know, explaining how I do them and how you should do the classic poses. Maybe that's a good idea. I'm 14 weeks out now, I believe. But anyway guys, remember to stay